Hello everyone, my name is Görkem Ayten. I am currently a computer science student at Bilkent University. Today I am going to perform my Physics 101 experiment and lab project. The aim of my experiment is to observe the transformation of elastic potential energy into kinetic energy by using energy conservation. Before conducting this experiment, I want to introduce my equipment that I use.
Firstly, I compressed the spring to observe the elastic potential energy. I needed different masses to calculate the spring constant. The air table was the place I used for most of the experiment. I observed the transformation of elastic potential energy into kinetic energy by using air table, spark timer, puck, and pedals. The pedal on the right provides air to the surface. Thus, I reduced the friction on the surface to a minimum. When I press the pedal to the left, the puck leaves a trail on the paper every 50 milliseconds, so that I record the puck's path on the paper. Finally, I use the ruler to measure the distance the puck travels on the x-axis every 50 milliseconds. My experiment consists of two parts. In the first part, I hang the mass to the spring. I measured the length of the spring before connecting the mass. Then I measured the distance between the equilibrium point and the point where the mass caused the spring to extend, as you can see in this picture. I calculate the force constant of the spring by using Hooke's law and Newton's first law. I repeat the same procedure using different masses, so that I have calculated a more accurate spring constant. In the second part of the experiment, I fixed the spring on the table horizontally. I set the spark timer to 50 milliseconds. Then I pull on the puck and stretch the spring 1, 2 and 3 centimeters respectively, as you can see in the video. After releasing the puck, I press the left pedal and record the puck's path on the paper. I calculate the average velocity by measuring the path of the puck on the paper by using the ruler. Using the data I obtained, I calculate the elastic potential energy of the spring and the kinetic energy of the puck.
The aim of my experiment is to observe energy conservation by examining relationship for elastic potential energy and kinetic energy. Another aim of my experiment is to analyze the effect of different compressing distance on elastic potential energy, the average velocity of puck, and kinetic energy of puck. After I release the spring, elastic potential energy stored in the spring transformed into kinetic energy of the puck. I have learned that when the compression distance of spring increases, the elastic potential energy stored in spring, the average velocity of puck, and the kinetic energy of puck also increases. As you can see in this graph, there is a loss of energy while elastic potential energy was transformed into kinetic energy. Friction between puck and table, errors caused by measuring instrument or my measuring method may cause this energy loss. I calculate the error percentage based on these data.